Hello LEGO fans, JarvBricks here with another update. So before I begin by highlighting my LexCorp tower, let me know if you prefer these videos with music or without music. It's just a quick sample, but the majority of the recording is going to be without music. So let me continue. So I got the Daily Bugle. I finally managed to get it. It came in stock in the Liverpool Lego shop. I built it, thought it was fantastic. I was really pleased because my city is based on DC Comics. I managed to sell all of the Marvel minifigures for £100, so that was always good to get a few quid back. So it only cost me £165 for the Daily Bugle. Anyway, I ran out of space where I wanted it to go, so I moved it onto this side and then put the previous two occupants there on the right instead. I'm thinking about turning them slightly, but I'll work that out at a later date. And I just wanted to see what it looked like here. I managed to make the LexCorp sign. I didn't have all of the colours that I wanted it, and it was based on this, which was from Batman vs Superman. So I began with my ground floor. I wanted it to be at an angle, so it took me quite some time to get all the studs right, and I wanted it to have the open back, as I really love this style where you can have it closed but also be able to see all of the details. And as you can see, I put some of the details in from the Daily Bugle, slightly modified as it's a bit of a bigger space, but really pleased with how that turned out. Wanted to see what it looked like in the space that I have allocated, and really happy with its position, so I decided to go with it and start to build the next section. This part went up really fast as you're just building loads of windows, and they were already stuck together from the Bugle, so went with a few different styles and decided upon this. I wanted that turquoise line going up the building. I think it looks, just gives it a little bit of a character, and plus I had a ton of them arched dome turquoise pieces as well. Really pleased with how the light goes through the building. I managed to get it finished off at the top, but I did run out of those dome pieces, which I just said I've got loads of, so I ordered some more of them and got the placement in readiness for the sign, which is going to be there. I need it to be the height of the scaffolding there because I want to be able to put a mech inside on the top floor. But that's it. Yep, really pleased with how that's going. I was just waiting for a parts delivery at this point. My brick delivery order came and I managed to get this section finished. Got those dome pieces all the way around. It's a bit messy in that top right hand corner because the thing had to open, but really pleased with how that looked. It's still a little bit too short, as I've got this mech, which was a Lego Ideas set from, I don't know, about 2013, 14, something like that. And it doesn't quite fit in, so it just needs to be fractionally taller. But looking at it from other parts of the city, I'm absolutely loving the design. I love how it's angled. I like the colour scheme. The X on the top of LexCorp needs to be a little bit smaller, but I wanted to put a helipad on the roof. This is just two scenes from Batman vs Superman, and so this is what I came up with. I didn't think it looked very good this way, so I wanted to just flip it round, and there she is. It's got that little bit extra height. It's got the detail on the top with the communication tower. It's got a little bit of a lift to get to the top. Looking at it now from the other side of the city, I think it looks great. I did have that section at the top, the whole length of the tower but it just took over too much and looked daft. So I just shrank it down somewhat. Now if you look at the X above LexCorp, as you can see, I've made it from 2 studs thickness to 1, and I think it looks much better as a result. I also made a new X on the Lex part as well, which I think was an improvement. Gave it a bit more detail on the top with some lights. I made 2 little carts. That's supposed to be 2 carts carrying kryptonite, which is going to be on the inside. So let me just move them. And the one thing I wanted to do is have a bit of a launch pad for the mech when Lex decides to launch it. Really pleased with the details here on the lift, by the way, around here. But just opening it up, voila, the helipad opens, so the mech, once it's completed, can get in and out. As I said, I just wanted it to be deep enough to be able to fit this mech, so let's see if it fits. Fits like a glove, but it's fractionally too tall. But I'm not going to go around the roof adding another brick in height. I will just do this. There you go, fixed. Fits perfectly. So that will be integrated when I do the details on the inside, and it closes without too much trouble. The sand blue brick there on the right is just temporary, as I ran out of 2x1 in light grey, but I will replace that. So looking through it now, I love how you can see all of the details. You can even see the mech there inside. Thought this window design was really nice on the bugle and gave it that skyscraper feel. So like I said, on the ground floor I wanted to have all of the floors accessible, so I've put all of these hinges in. There you can see the mech, and just going to fill that with lots of details and things like that, and then each floor opens in a similar way. And here I just want to have a bit of like a scientist section, weaponizing kryptonite and all that kind of stuff. And here, you know, every building, sorry, has got to have an accounts department, so let's shove that there. And then the ground floor, as you've already seen, I have changed it slightly because the ground floor didn't match up with the ones above it, and I took the opportunity to make the whole thing open up instead of just the top section of the door. I also moved the lift, as you can see, on the left instead of the back. Really pleased with how that's all worked out and functions smoothly. It's always a worry when you make things like this, that you're going to come a cropper at the top and have to take it all down just to fix something that you made a mistake on near the top. But all works nicely. Really pleased with how this building looks. Let's have a look at it from other places in the city. So going over from this other side, love how it all looks from a distance. On this side, stands up well above all of the buildings around it. And that LC on the ground floor, you can just see that was a design that similar to the, if anybody remembers the Smallville TV series, that's how it was written in there. So just a little bit of an Easter egg to that there on that ground floor symbol. So love the colour scheme, thanks to Batman vs Superman. It's really nice. So that's all of it done on the outside. It went together quite quickly once you kind of get the size and the design. With it just because of the height of the building, you're just doing the same, repeating it. Next week I will be doing the insides, and hopefully it will be done by next week's video. But in the meantime, I forgot to say, I've also been tiling all of my roof section along here. I did the one building last week, and I just decided to carry it on with that dark tan tile. I went over here and did above the cinema as well, tiled it all up, gave it a lot more details. Let me just come around here. So it all looks nice, neat and tidy. The Justice League remain on the top. They just got moved around slightly, and you still got the Flash as well. I didn't have enough stud tiles to make it zigzag like it was, so I just put it along the area there. So really pleased with how that looks. So thank you for watching, everybody, and you take care of yourselves, and I will be back hopefully next week if I get these details on the inside of the towers done by them. Goodbye.